The big day had finally arrived. The last minute packing was complete. We just needed to fix the luggage labels on the cases and we were good to go. Cases into the hall, cases into the car, Southampton here we come. We were blessed with fine weather as the miles went by. Soon we were pulling into the Southampton docks and joined the queue to drop off our cases. The beauty of sailing from Southampton is the fact that you only have to move your cases a few metres. And next time you see them, they will be outside your cabin door. Truly fantastic. With our cases safely dropped off, we made our way upstairs into the terminal to check in. The queues were thankfully very short, and soon we were making our way through security.
How are you? Alright?
Fine, thank you. I look a bit orange.
Yeah.
Yellow.
I can alter it.
Colour adjustment needed. Here we are again, in September, without the camper van or David's apron, going on a cruise.
However many cruises you've been on, there is nothing like the feeling of stepping on board your new floating home.
Thank you.
After quickly going to find our muster station, this is where we would go in the event of an emergency, and hopefully we will not need to go there again this trip. We used our little map that we picked up at check-in and made our way to our cabin. We'd beaten our cases to our cabin, but this was not really surprising as our check-in, start to finish, had only taken about 30 minutes. So with no unpacking to do and with it being a beautiful sunny day, we went off for a bit of an explore. After watching Britannia sail away with a glass of bubbles, we spent some time just leaning on our balcony rail as Southampton water slid by. Soon it was time to put on our glad rags and make our way for a meal in the beach house. The fillet steak is to die for. No words are needed, to be honest. After 3 relaxing sea days where many close battles were fought on the quoits and shuffleboard courts, we arrived at our first port of call, Funchal, on the island of Madeira. Along with many of the 3,600 passengers, we disembarked and hopped on the shuttle bus for a short ride into town. We had first thought we would take the cable car to the top of the mountain. However, when we saw the size of the queue, we quickly changed our mind, opting instead for a walk around the town and parks of Funchal. On our way we found a lovely church which we stopped into. The parks were well maintained, very clean and nice and shady on quite a warm day. After walking around the parks, we made our way back into town for a little bit of shopping, where Sally managed to buy a pair of lovely handmade earrings. Tired from our exploits, we made our way back to the marina and our floating home. Stop number 2 was La Palma, and I thought I would let Sally have a go at talking to camera in La Palma for a change, rather than do voiceover.
Just looking for my cruise card. I spend a lot of time looking for my cruise card. I have it in my back pocket. Today we are here in the island of La Palma. Santa Cruz? No, Santa Cruz is the...
We're in La Palma.
We're in La Palma. David has the ability to edit quite extensively. I do believe he does that. So the weather is cloudy. It has stopped raining. It is quite breezy. La Palma seems to rise like a giant volcanic mass that's solidified out of the sea.
After managing to avoid buying any tat while walking through the cruise terminal, we headed for the beach. Once you get onto the beach, it's clear that Las Palmas is a volcanic island. The dark grey sand today was only a little bit darker than the sea and the sky. Leaving the beach behind, we went to have a look at the Castillo de la Virgin, passing the Naval Museum along the way with its big boat outside. The views of the Castillo over the old town and the beach were really good, but it was a pity that the weather wasn't better. Dropping back into the old town of Santa Cruz de la Palma, we stumbled upon Musea Insular de la Palma, which seemed to be an art museum, natural history museum and a boat building museum rolled into one. And while the museum was very good, the building it was housed in was even better. It was converted from a Franciscan convent, and we spent quite a while walking around and just sitting in the peaceful courtyards. If you're ever in Santa Cruz de la Palma, at €4 entry, it is one museum not to miss. Walking back to Britannia, we passed some of the famous flower balconies, which, to be honest, were very uninspiring. A quick queue to get back on, an even quicker shower and change, so that we would get to the start of the Irish singers. Stop 3 was Tenerife, and the dark clouds of yesterday had gone, to be replaced by a beautiful sunny day. So what do you think we did? Oh, well done, you've guessed it. We went for a walk. You cannot deny that we do like a good walk. We popped into a department store when it was nearly lunchtime, as they had a lovely delicatessen on the ground floor and also toilets, which we made use of both of these very good facilities. However, the delicatessen appeared much cleaner than the toilets.
The nicer parts of Tenerife, and this one is for sale.
Needs some work, yeah.
Soon once again it was time to return, and we made our way around the curly-whirly walkway back to the ship. We dumped our bags and made our way back to the atrium to be treated to some traditional flamenco dancing. Olé!
Thank you, sir.
Gran Canaria was next on our itinerary, and another sunny day greeted us. Once again we got off for a bit of a mooch and a potter, but this time we managed to walk 31,000 steps. Of all the ports so far we have visited, Gran Canaria has been our favourite. Unusually, it was dark when we left port, so that was something different to watch from our balcony as the ship sailed off away from port in the dark. Our fifth stop, our fifth island on this Canary cruise, was Lanzarote. We last visited the Canary Islands 25 years previously, and both of us had forgotten how lovely the islands were. Each island has its own personality, charm and character. Lanzarote was very different to Gran Canaria, which was still vibrant and busy. Lanzarote, on the other hand, in September was quiet and sleepy. It was lovely walking around Arrecife in the late summer sun, and it's easy to understand why the Canary Islands are so popular in the autumn and winter. The island stops were now over, and we had one more stop in mainland Spain and one stop in Portugal to go. Our Spanish stop was in the city of Cadiz, which has long been our favourite Spanish city. We've visited many times over the years, and Cadiz never loses its charm. It has everything we would want: beautiful sandy beaches, an elegant cathedral, and a warren of tiny shaded streets to walk around. This time, however, was to be different, as we would meet up with a friend who lives in Wales but whose family are from nearby Seville. Beatrice was in Spain at the time, and it was lovely to meet up and have our own walking tour of Cadiz. After making some cheese purchases in the market, helped enormously by having a native Spanish speaker at your side, we headed for a walk around Castillo de San Sebastian, or Alcatraz as my children nicknamed it. Last time we were in Cadiz, the castle was under heavy remedial work and was shut. It's always nice to visit, as you get a different perspective of Cadiz. Soon it was time for tapas, and we were taken to the best tapas bar in Cadiz. The prawns were superb. So good to have some inside knowledge. The last stop on our 2-week cruise was Lisbon in Portugal, and we awoke to another sunny day. It had been our intention to go and visit Castelo de San Jorge. The queue to get in was very long, so we made a note of a few people in the queue and then went for a 10-minute walk. On our return to the castle, we noted those people, and they had not moved at all. So it was on to plan B, and a visit to the National Pantheon, which is a 17th century Baroque church they've turned into a modern mausoleum of tombs of national celebrities. There were 2 cruise ships in port on the day of our visit, which is obviously why many tourist attractions were busier than normal. We were lucky, however, in so much that the National Pantheon was not on the top of most tourists' list, and thankfully it was very quiet. If you're ever in Lisbon, it is very much worth the entrance fee. Leaving Lisbon and passing under the Vasco da Gama Bridge remains one of my highlights of visiting Lisbon. I always wonder how many times the bridge has been hit, because there doesn't seem to be much clearance. Or perhaps it's just the angle as you go underneath it. Finally we arrive back in Southampton, and for the crew and some lucky passengers it all starts again in a few hours. For us, we just have to wait for our allotted time to disembark and drive home. Now where should we go next? If you've made it so far, well, to the end, fair play, I have to applaud you. Well done. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.